What's up, y'all? This is Boyfriends. I'm Gio Rasta Boy.
I'm Shady Dio.
I'm Freddie.
Star role model.
So, y'all, here today we're gonna have we have a touchy subject for you guys today. It's very taboo, or whatever you may have called it. But it's a serious thing going on right now, and it's HIV. Now, in our community, it's kind of rapid, but what you don't know is that it's everywhere. It's not just the gay or down low community. It's with women and straight women and straight men and children, and it affects everybody. And our question today is, do you would you feel comfortable dating someone who was HIV positive, or how would you deal with that relationship?
You may have had sex with him with it and then even know.
Right.
I'm sure statistically speaking, majority of people have had sex with somebody that probably HIV positive. That's why you're supposed to protect yourself. But the question at hand was, do you feel like it's okay to, or would you be able to have a relationship with that person?
Well, if I was told, then I probably could do it, as long as I take the precautions of everything. You have to look up on that stuff.
I definitely would have a relationship with someone who has HIV because I accept everyone. So the thing is that, and I also have friends that has struggled with that. Some friends
And
that
it is curable now.
yes.
It's not curable.
No, it's not.
I mean, not curable.
It's not curable. Don't throw that out there. There's not a cure anywhere
Not
yet.
curable, but you can treat it. I mean,
Definitely can be treated.
I don't
but
think no one should be treated differently with this.
we are human
sick.
beings at the end of the day.
Right. I don't think it's. I don't think it would be fair to have sex with people and don't tell them. I think it's best that you be honest. Again, be honest. It's always the key is honesty. So it's like a lot of people are doing it, and they're just spreading it, just don't care. Because some people they get upset because they have it and they get upset and they just want to go and say, oh, I'm gonna make everybody sick. Everybody going. That's how people think, but that's how it is. But I would definitely accept that.
Me personally though, I actually had years ago talked to someone who was you know positive. Um, Me and this person were like we had built a very close relationship with each other. Like it was a very good bond, and the time we spent together was cool. Um, when they told me, I can honestly say that I felt some type of way. Like I felt a difference in the dynamic of our friendship and relationship, whatever you may call it. Um, it it kind of like made me feel like I was putting myself at a risk that I didn't have to necessarily put myself in. You know what I'm saying? Because when you with somebody like that and you're having sex with them, you have to take extra precautions. Like it's like putting on an extra condom. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not. It doesn't make a difference for you to put on an extra condom. Like, there's no need for you to put on an extra condom. But it just feels that way. Like you have to go above and beyond the protection to be able to have sex with that person. Me personally, that's how I feel. So I don't know how any of y'all feel about that, but what you think, first?
I personally have dated someone who had HIV, and I mean, in getting older, I would say when I was 19, I would say absolutely not. I mean, absolutely not. I was adamant about I would not date somebody with HIV. But I mean, it comes along with age and wisdom. I now know that it's really no different. The only thing that really is different is you have to protect yourself during sex.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? You should be doing that with everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't stop you because the actions you're taking during sex with someone with HIV is the actions you should be taking no matter what. Granted, I've had unprotected sex. I'll put that out there, but
Mm-hmm.
I think we all have. I'm lucky enough to say I'm not HIV positive,
Man.
but
Mhm.
there are people who are not lucky, and that's why that's the unfortunate thing is people who have HIV didn't get it on purpose, more than likely. So you shouldn't.
No.
They did the
You
same.
can't say that.
They did the same thing I did. I was just the lucky one,
Mhm.
and I'm not gonna treat you differently because you were the unlucky one, and maybe you might be the one for me. And unfortunately, you have a disease that has so much stigma behind it.
Mhm.
We live in a society nowadays is that people who have HIV live regular lives. It's no longer a death
They
sentence.
live longer than some of
Right.
us.
It's so, I mean, it's just about education and the black community in general. I'm not even saying the black gay community, but the black community in general is a community that's so ignorant to so many things.
Mhm.
They're ignorant to anything that they feel is not normal.
Yeah.
And we, as a community, if you're watching this video, just go on Google. You can Google HIV and see that it's not a death sentence anymore.
Mhm.
And if you are dating someone who has it, or if you know someone who has it, the real thing you should be doing is supporting them.
Right.
That's got to be the hardest thing in the
Right.
world, to find out you have a disease that there is no cure for. There's no going back. It will only get worse.
Mhm.
I mean, that's got to be hard. So
Well,
if,
no.
no, I'm saying that's not a disease that regresses. It only
Right.
progresses. So it may take 10 years, it may take 1 year.
Mhm.
It's just, and that's the thing. It's a disease that you may sit beside somebody who has HIV, and y'all got it the same day, and you 10 years later may be here, and that person.
Oh
may
yeah,
not.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
of course.
it's, I mean, I researched this stuff, and it's scary. It's got to be scary.
Yeah.
But am I not
Really
gonna
scary.
am I not gonna date someone because of it? At this point in my life, in my mid to late 20s, I would say yes, I would date someone who had
Yeah,
HIV.
me to late 20s.
No,
But
I don't.
I volunteer at a health center on Wednesdays, and I've taken plenty of classes on HIV and AIDS and STDs and stuff like that. I know all the risk and how it can affect the person. But me personally, what I'm speaking on is when you dating somebody that's positive, you taking on all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the person. You taking on their doctor visits. You taking on their medicine regimen. You're taking on the way they eat. You know, you're taking on all the responsibilities that they have associated with the disease. You're taking on all of that.
But you
Me
can't.
personally,
you can't
No.
go by that in the beginning.
no, but for me personally though, I don't want to deal with
But
that.
that's messed up.
No, it's not messed
but
up. It's
listen,
not personal
if you
choice.
date somebody that has diabetes, that's the same thing. It's a
Yeah,
disease
and,
that only gets
and
worse.
if I chose to not date somebody who had diabetes, that would be the choice I make. But as far as HIV and diabetes are two different diseases.
Actually, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Diabetes it affects your insides definitely, but HIV you can't spread diabetes to nobody else.
Right.
You can't have sex with me and give me diabetes, but you can have sex with me unprotected and give me HIV.
Well, don't have
But that is the truth.
Right.
But that's not realistic for everyone.
But
for
we're
me-
we're talking about you.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about everybody as a whole though too. As far as the sex is concerned, everybody's not having protected sex, and even if you are protecting yourself with sex, it's not
Right.
100%.
100%.
You know,
Not.
Okay for you to do that. But I just don't want to put myself, me personally, I wouldn't put myself, or I would not want to put myself, because I'm not saying that you can date people and not even know,
Yeah.
whether they have it or not, unless you ask them,
Uh-huh.
do you have it? Like, or can we go get tested or something like that? That's the only way you'll know. But I wouldn't want to wouldn't want to put that responsibility on me that I don't have to have.
Wow.
I feel like I don't want to not saying that,
That sounds so selfish.
it probably does sound selfish, but it's real shit.
Yeah.
I just feel like I don't want to, I have enough responsibilities for me, and in a relationship, you're going to take on other responsibilities as far as the relationship is concerned, aside of that person being positive. You're going to take on the responsibilities of the relationship as a whole, and then you're going to take on their responsibilities with their disease.
Okay, I have a problem with your answer.
Okay.
Because as a black male, we have enough going against us.
I'm not going against you.
Listen, you are. Because you're
Why?
saying you wouldn't date somebody because of how it's going to affect you.
Me, yes.
But technically, you're not dealing with the disease yourself.
But technically, I would be dealing with it, yes, because I would have to deal with the nights where they're feeling bad, where their body,
But
where
that's
their,
selfish,
it's
But that's
not,
selfish.
it may be selfish to you.